Greetings there, fellow Shek. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, episode 88, A First Strike. Oron is done, way beyond done, in fact. Tora, switch with Oron. And switch you around. Oh, come on. There we go. Bang. You just go back and pick up Ruka again. Jackson. You go pick up Rockvin again. Els, pick up Rain again. Alright, now, by my calculations, everybody that is currently paired off has south of 40... Yep. Good. They're all set. And I would say at this point, we need to think about food. So I'm going to have Kang run at Kang speeds while everyone else sticks together. And I'll start trying to walk out to the hive, but with the expectation of maybe not getting there. That's what you guys voted on, but we'll see. Yeah, we need the training montage music. I missed a treat for Yoda? Yeah, I was busy doing all the things that I was just doing. Hey, Yoda. Turn around. You'll see it. Alright, so these guys have nothing left. I'll probably just go to the Hive Village and grab food there with the fish, because I think everywhere else we've been, we've purchased it out. Alright, there's a little Yoda camp for you. Trustin. Come on, Trustin. Keep moving. Bunny Snap. Thank you for the sub, Bunny Snap. There goes Roadrunner Kang. I know, and we even made him slower because of the armor, and he's still very fast. Righty. Hopefully this feeds us. King's already starting to munch on the fish. I can always make runs to other hive villages because there's a lot of hive villages out this way for more fish. We have 60k. Right, group up and push towards Mongrel. King, why are you... Oh, because King's run settings is incorrect. Got it. Time to have King have a fog accident? No thanks. Rather keep him alive. So I think the ones that were closest to 40 were the ones at the bottom. Els at 36, Jackson at 34, Fang at 35. So we're not that far off from going dang. We have some dust bandits. Fighting gorillas. That maybe we arrive in time. Hey, you guys. Nothing like third party in a fight we weren't invited to. And they're wiped. King is the transporter. Yeah, there's King and Rockvin actually now. They're both about the same speed. King's at 33 miles an hour, and Rockvin is at 33 as well. Yeah, Vane is a fun base location. Vane is tough to live in because of the big things, and sometimes nests. One of the things that you have to do if you ever want to make a base out of Vane is to make sure that you don't There are some sort of like default areas that get beak things nests. So the way nests work is like they just pop up. Same with any of the other temporary camps. But there's sort of designated spots where they can pop up. So unless you're in for a fun surprise, you need to know where those default locations are so that you can avoid them. Otherwise, you could end up building a spot that is designated for beak thing nests, which is not... it's gonna suck. Honestly gonna suck. But yeah, this would be a fun location. The only thing that I would say is I'd probably, if it was up to me, turn off the rain, because it's gonna... you're gonna go a little insane staring at rain if you don't turn it off. I don't think we need that much more strength training, so I'm gonna turn around now and start walking back home. Mozambique. Prepare to get Mozambique. Yeah, my first Kenshi series plateau was in the fog, which is similar to living here, I guess. There's less big things, more hive, but same idea. Don't do it, Garu. I'm walking away from you as fast as I can. Toby, thanks for the follow. The Holy Nation, despite having a lot of overreach, really only does their prayer spam in this area here. You can always use the wiki to look up the regions where their prayer spam will arrive. But despite being as strong as they are, they don't have a lot of region presence. It's easy to stay away from them, in other words. Which is good, because if they were sort of omnipresent, it would be real hard to ever play anything but Greenlander. Unless you knew how to train like crazy. So, question. What do I do with these strength training bags when I hit 40? I'm probably not going to pull for it, but do I just keep strength training past 40 until I walk home? Because I can't, like... I guess I could put the bag on the buddy. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll just throw the bag on the buddy and keep... carrying them? I don't know. Infinite strength training? Well, we voted against that. So Els and Rain are both done. Forgot that Rain's the one with the super armor. King, I'm probably going to have you go speedy to some food. Let me pick up the bread that I left in here and then see about other food. Oh, I ate the bread. Yep, someone ate the bread. Well, never mind then. Alright, Fang, you're done. Put down Ruka. Put on the backpack so it's less encumbering. Kang, ignore that last order. Keep running to the way station. Next up will be Jackson, I think. Yep. Jackson's the next closest. Pretty sure. It's going to be real messy when I get home to have to, like, clean up everything. Not looking forward to that. Yeah, you can't eat the green fruit raw. You can think of it as, like, eggplant, where, like, no one eats eggplant raw. Not that I know of. Not unless you make it into, like, tabbouleh or something. Even then, it's roasted. Not tabbouleh, baba ganoush. What I was thinking of. Tabbouleh's something else. I can't off the top of my... Oh, my camera's all broken. I can't off the top of my head think of any dishes that call for, raw eggplant. In fact, I think, correct me if I'm wrong if anyone's Greek here, but I believe the word in Greek for eggplant is... translates roughly to mad apple, because it was long believed for a very long time that, eggplant was poisonous, and they didn't think to cultivate it in a way to cook it. It's also called eggplant because immature eggplant looks like eggs until they grow bigger and gain color, which is kind of fun. Oh, is this dusters? Kind of hard to tell. Looks like dusters. Where is King? Why are you so... Oh, because... Yeah, I set you to be slow. Ignore everyone else. Catch up. That's the one problem with, like, squad speed. Is you walk at the pace of the slowest person. Even when you're not with them. Which is kind of annoying. So that, effectively, you can never catch up. Which is why, like, Ruka's behind and she'll never catch up. At this rate. Okay, Jackson, you're done. Put me down. Wear the bag. Alright, so King's coming in with food for everybody. I'm gonna have everyone rendezvous here. I want to get everyone in one group so that I can account for them. Next up to hit 40 is going to be... I don't know. It's like a 5-way tie of a bunch of people at 37. And King just, yeah, he definitely let everyone eat just now. Come on, camera. Oh my god, load. There we go. We're at the ruined holy outpost. I cannot wait to do that to more. We're pretty close to the 40s. We're getting there. Alright, now that everyone's in one big group, I can have them all march home together. With no one falling behind. It will definitely be very useful, especially when we're looting and carrying others out of harm's way and stuff like that, for everybody to have a strength of 40, because we won't have a lot of encumbrance. We'll have the 30 kilos. We'll have most of the 30 kilos required to carry people to safety freed up at this point. Especially on individuals like Headshot, who doesn't typically have a lot of things to carry. And, here, Headshot, give this to Jackbot. Have I ever tried the mod pack Forgotten World? No. I don't think so. Doesn't ring a bell. I usually play very unmodded for almost everything I do. And if there are mods, especially full conversion mods, it will be the only thing I touch. I'll leave everything else off. I find that throwing, for most of the stuff I do, turning a bunch of mods on is unnecessary complexity and messiness. And I try to avoid it as best I can. Unless it serves a narrative. I don't generally install mods unless it serves as part of the story. So, Birth of a Hive, it served as part of the story, because without the mods, you know, of building a hive from scratch, it wouldn't really make sense. But yeah, most of the time, keep mods off for myself. Sorry, turtle. Wrong place, wrong time. You got jumped. It's rare to see turtles this far north. Let's see. We are... Yep. Turtle's hit. Trustin, have you? Not yet. Case at 38. Greaser hit. Cowley 39. You'll probably be next. Oh. Iguvin hit. Slotus, Iguvin, Larry are all next. So for the series that I do Variety Decks, it's determined by suggestions from Patreon patrons and Twitch subs, and then voted through polling. So I, with my schedule as it is, generally speaking, don't have time to check out anything. No suggestions beyond what is proposed for me to set up as series. So for anyone that ever suggests me checking out a mod, it's like, I just don't have time. And never will, because I have series that have been planned for months, if not years, that I still haven't released. So for me, then, abandon projects that were voted on by others months and months and months ago, for me to then check out a mod pack, it's not something I can do. I'm just trying to be as flatly, bluntly honest as I can be. It's cool, but I don't have time. I don't have time unless there's enough public desire to see it. That's just the way it is. You know? The same reason why every 2 months I have I open up the opportunity, and actually the inbox is open right now to all you subs. I open up an inbox for people to suggest games for me to play, and also for RimWorld miniseries, with the caveat that the games can't be unnecessarily complicated, because I just don't have enough time to acclimate to those games or to learn those games sufficiently. So there are some caveats of what games I even accept as suggestions, because if they're hyper complex, I just don't have the time to do that in my schedule to learn a game and to become proficient enough that I feel comfortable streaming it. Because generally, I don't stream blind. So unless you'd want to see me play a hyper-complex game blind and basically fumble for 5 hours, you know, it's the same reason why I severely limit those suggestions as well. We're not here for violence? Oh, too bad. So I'm never going to play EVE Online? Correct. I also just don't play MMOs, like as a blanket rule. All MMOs, any MMO ever suggested to me is a no-go, because MMOs are a second job. There's almost no MMO that doesn't fit that description, and I don't have the time for a second job. I have 2 jobs. I work easily more than 40 hours a week. Probably more than 80. So, don't have time to play an MMO. It will never happen. I also don't have the patience for the grindfest. So even games that aren't MMOs that are grindfest, like Icarus, it's like, I ain't got time for Icarus. This game's a boring grindfest that leads to nothing. Why waste my time on something like that? Doesn't make sense. Alright, so we just have one person, as far as I can tell, south of the 40 mark, which would be Trusted. He is the last one. He's about to ding 40. There it is. So I'll double check, make sure my math is right across the board, and then I also have to put all the gear away, but 42, 43, 41. Yeah. That top number is 40 for everybody. All right, good. We are done with the strength training. What's next? All right, there's 4 options for you in the poll. And I'll slap a time on that in a minute. So first thing I want to do is get home and just sort out my inventory, because 15 people have bags they shouldn't have. We have tons of weapons you wouldn't have. Have I played any X series? I have. I have played X3 way more extensively than X4. I like it more too. Terran Conflict is probably my favorite of the X series. I haven't really gotten to X4 at all, Foundations. Egosoft, the developer, is pretty famous for having completely borked games at release that take about a year of patching to be playable. And the latest X series is no exception to that. So, yeah. I guess it's one of those, like, when I see a new X game, I'm happy to buy it, but I know that it's going to be completely frustratingly unplayable for a very, very, very long time. Because that's what they're famous for. That's been every X game. No, it's not exactly like Star Sector. You control an individual ship, but then also build into, like, an empire. I mean, just Google it. I don't want to get into the whole describing a game right now. But, looks like you guys want me to attack someone. So let me try to sort out my gear here as best I can so I can prepare for that. So I'm going to tell everyone to hold so I can ditch these weight bags. I don't believe that anyone left the base with a trader bag that was not a weight bag. So all these weight bags are going to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip... I think that was Rockvin's, but I'm going to equip the thieves bags that I purchased. And I also want to do some housekeeping, too. So these are the weight bags. Oops. This will be a minute. Be warned, I am not reading chat because this requires a lot of attention. I'm also going to put the weighted planks and stuff in here. Wait, why is this stolen? What? I manufactured this myself. It can't be stolen. That's literally just what game you break my brain. All right, so let's go through and make sure that everybody has exactly what they should have. Larry, you should not have that plank. Tilk's good. Jackbot, you shouldn't have that weight bag. or the frag axe. And I'll put a timer on that. Poetic. You should not have the plank. Slotus, you shouldn't have the plank or the weight bag. Now you're fine. And there's no more backpacks for you. Sorry, bud. Headshot. No weight bag. Is that the one I accidentally stuck in a paladin? It might be. But I don't think I actually gave a paladin a... I don't know. I don't care. I can clear out the stolen tags if I want. I just don't much care because it's not a weapon I typically use. Yeah, I know that's a weird place to put garbage because it's going to smelt it down in a way that I probably don't want it to be smelted, but I don't care again. And horse, no weight bag. And drop the steel bar. Someone will pick up those steel bars and sort it. Water. Let's not carry that around with us. Burn it all! Again, I don't care. We are almost out of inventory space for this stuff. And you guys say go attack someone. So I'll put up a poll. Who should we attack? We could attack Holy Nation outposts. Trying to think of some other valid enemies. Cannibals in the north. Fog Island. Or... I'll look at the map real quick. Screamers? Nah, I don't really care about the Screamers. This should say dead, right? Is he still... He's dead on my roof. No! Flying Bull's still alive. Tora and Ghost are dead. Flying Bull's about to die. I was just double checking. Who else could we attack? Viewer submitted. I'll just have you guys vote. There you go. There's the poll. Let me finish sorting the gear out here, because it requires a lot of the attention. Making sure that everything gets put away properly, so that everyone is not disarmed or missing something. And put a timer on that. Also looks like we need more advanced meds or meds of any type. Looks like we're relatively low on meds, but I don't think it's urgent at the moment. So who is missing a sleeping bag? We're going to go through each and every person. Everybody should be... Oh, King. Okay. Everyone should be carrying their own sleeping bag at this point. Which I think is more or less true. I think we have everyone now with a sleeping bag. going through real quick, make sure that's the case. Yep, everyone has their own sleeping bag. Great. Rockvin, I'm going to reorder the squad a little bit because a lot of the heavy hitters are at the bottom, which is not necessarily what I want. Relatively arbitrary order, to be fair. But still, there we go. And let's put them back in Shager. Well, let's just rename Shaggers these squads here. Delete, and paste. Way faster. I have 2 squads just in case we need to move people around. All right. Everybody's eaten? Yep. Nobody's hungry. Chemo needs his polearm equipped. All right, let me go through and make sure all the gear is squared away. Not just Chemo's, but everybody's. It looks like you guys want me to attack Holy Nation outposts. Got it. Now, I think wherever we end up going, I'm going to want to buy a few more meds. Here's Kimbo's polearm. Okay, yep, everybody looks good. Where is Headshot? Headshot, I'm going to move you up. This Headshot's a little unique in that she's our only ranged. Give her a few more bolts. Alright, let's go med shopping at the way station. While King loads up on food. Cool. I think what I want to do is I want to attack a holy military base as a test. And if it goes well, we can consider attacking Stack or Blister Hill. Or maybe just Stack for now. So who is our slowest? Trust? No, it wouldn't be Trusted. 21 miles an hour for Shona. Yeah, it'd be 21. Hey, you. Oh, God, is this a bad idea, Dust Bandits? Also, McNara, what are you doing? You sightseeing? Come on now. All right, let's all follow Shona. And I just want a few more meds, just in case we get hurt. Don't forget my gate. As soon as I get far enough away from the gate, zones don't load. It doesn't matter. You don't need to close your gate. Whoever told you lied to you. The way Kenshi works is the way that any game with chunk systems work. When you're not in the chunk, nothing happens in the chunk. It unloads from memory, because memory is finite. So, by now, after loading that zone, nothing can even happen to Shager's Pride, because it's not in memory anymore. And I like games that do that, because if they don't do that, then your computer requires a bazillion memory to run, which is obnoxious. I hate games that you overuse and have memory leaks. They're really bad. Pay an expensive bed rental, but just to get the 2 points on my leg. Alright, meds. So I'm just making sure that, you know, people have more meds. So that if we get hurt... Some people are like kind of hoarding meds, while others don't have many, but just spread the med game out a little bit, you know? Gornal, thank you for the sub. Welcome. All right. We can make a stop to the hub and a stop to the rebel base before we go anywhere else. And let's continue following Shona. Top up on the meds. I could manufacture them. It's just easier if I buy them. Yeah, everyone feels that their burdens have been lifted. They feel like Lydia when Lydia drops off all the dragon bones. I know anyone here that has played Skyrim did that to Lydia at some point. It's like a universal truth. There are 2 things I know about Skyrim. 3 things. 1, don't mess with giants when you're level 1. You'll die. 2, Lydia carries your dragon bones around. And 3, no matter what you do, you end up as a stealth archer. 3 pretty universal truths of Skyrim right there. Despite your best intentions, you end up as a stealth archer. I have had some playthroughs where that wasn't true, but oh my god, when you're playing on the hardest difficulty of Skyrim, you just end up as a stealth archer. It just happens. You didn't mean for it to. You don't even know where you got that bow from. It just a sudden appears into your inventory, and you're like, it's better than my axe. I'll use it for a few levels to make just so that I can get a better weapon, a melee weapon, right? And then all of a sudden, oh well, now it's my dominant skill. And then, okay, I'm a stealth archer now. So, I might as well dress like it. Just the way it is. Yep. You're running around as a green orc with a bow, crouched and headshotting everyone for the times 6. Just happens like that. It's actually a sign of like a really poorly made game. Not to attack Skyrim too hard, but like good RPGs don't have metas. I mean, they have metas, but not such strong metas that everybody ends up falling into the meta. And Skyrim really fails because when playing on the hardest difficulty, there is the right way to play and then the I'm dead way to play. And there's nothing in between, which to my mind makes for sort of a game with very low replayability, aka a RPG that is, you know, room for improvement. Let's leave it at that. All right, while I'm down here, I might as well try to get a few more Steve bags. So it would be great if everyone had one. If the building would overload. And I guess I'm going from the back of the list this time. But 3 more small ones. That's really, really good. And then we'll hit up the rebel base, and then we'll be good to attack a holy base. And I should probably update the goal. Go attack a Holy Nation outpost. And if it goes really, really well, I'll consider attacking Stack. So, for you to know, Stack and Bad Teeth are Holy Nation towns. Blister Hill is their capital. Blister Hill is where Holy Lord Phoenix lives. The throne room and all that. So, if we can attack Stack, there's also some other military outposts. There is, I don't think I've actually discovered it, but there's some other important outposts to clear of the Holy Nation out there as well that aren't towns. But we'll see. Alright, Momeds. Don't you have meds? What did I ever do to you? Why hath you robbed me of meds? Well, I might as well buy the food. and the tiny meds that they have. Guess I shouldn't have expected more. Alrighty. Do you guys want me to just attack stack? It's possible it could go really wrong if I've overestimated my abilities, but I'll ask you. So in stack, there is stack's leader. So the way the towns work, because I really haven't ever cleared a town yet, I should probably explain. Most, not all, but most cities are bound to a single leader. And when that leader falls or gets captured and delivered as a bounty, the town is defeated, effectively. Not all towns are set up to do this, but Stack has a leader. It would be High Inquisitor Esata. So that Inquisitor that we fought in the patrol, think even stronger than that. Esata is very, very strong. And if we take on Esata and defeat Esata, Stack falls. And who does it fall to? I'd have to look that up. I think it falls to Shek. Killing or kidnapping High Inquisitor Esata results in the location being overtaken by the Shek Kingdom if Esata is alive and free. If Esata the Stone Golem is killed and kidnapped, it gets taken by Flying Bull. If Esata, and Flying Bull, and Holy Lord Phoenix have all been killed or kidnapped, the location will go to ruins under the control of the Holy Nation. So eventually what will end up happening is we will make Stack ruined because all of those fulfillment requirements will be fulfilled. So initially what ends up happening when if we killed Esata, which it doesn't look like we will, but if we did, it would go to the Shek, and then if all the Shek are dead, it goes to no one, and it just is just a ruined town. And that's going to happen kind of to all the places we clear out. If they have, what would that be? Inheritance? Maybe? I forget the right term for that, but yeah, more or less that. Hello! So here's a High Inquisitor. So you remember last time we ran into one of these patrols with the High Inquisitor? Here's one where we're not encumbered. It's called, in Kenshi, it's called World States, but that's not what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of like, yeah, something like Inheritance. Here we go. Now, when we're not encumbered up the wazoo, and this is a pretty good indicator of how a Inquisitor fight would go. So the Inquisitor has stats in the mid-70s. And this is not just the typical sea of green when we fight. But it's, we're dropping them pretty quickly, is all I'll say. Most of them are unconscious already. And none of us are unconscious. The Inquisitor is going to be the last to drop, likely, because he's the toughest. And then the High Paladins are the second toughest, so they're the second last to drop. This Paladin here is actually doing pretty well. He's staying upright longer than even the Inquisitor, but I think that's just by chance. Another thing to note here is that the Inquisitor is mostly just attacking our tanks, our designated tanks, Sharp Point and Orin, because they're taunting him. And yeah, all that's left is the Inquisitor now. So this looks very, very different than when we were weight encumbered with frag axes and the like, I'm sure. And it looks like you guys said, no, don't attack Stack. Got it. Oh, Callie's down. The only one that got knocked out yet, so far. Down, but like barely down. The other thing I could do is headshot. Let's line you up with like a clean shot. So that you're not friendly firing. This Inquisitor is not really landing that many. Oh, down he goes. Was not landing that many hits. And he's unconscious now. So that would be, that's a much better litmus test of how we would do in armed combat against Paladins and High Paladins. And yeah, we could hit mines and farms and kind of just harass on the outskirts for now. That's kind of my plan. To get our combat skills up, attacking but not risking too much. So my average fighting stats are sort of mid-40s. Most of us are like mid-40s-ish, so let me scroll through all of them. Everybody right now. So here's Rockfin. Right? High 40s. Headshot. Headshot's different because it's crossbow skills. Kang, 50s. Jackbot, 40s. Rain, 40-50. Ruka, 40-50. Alright, most 40-50s. Els, low 40s. Orin, 40-50. Shona, low 40s. Low 40s, low 40s. Some in the 30s, like Poetic, but again, he's martial arts, so that's a bit different. Yeah. Mostly the upper 30s to low 50s range is where we're at. So Inquisitors are a bit more to bite off than we're easily able to handle, but it's certainly not impossible. Oh, hello. Yes. What's good is that because their stats are often higher than our stats, it's a really good combat training to take on Holy Nation. Plus, it's fun because they're awful, and the more of them we kill, the happier I become. And down goes another patrol. This patrol was much easier. It has a bunch of Holy Servants, which are basically unarmed. And then, there's different levels of patrols. There's, like, Inquisitor patrols, and then there's the non-Inquisitor patrols. And the non-Inquisitor patrols are easy to smush. No, they're just hungry outlaws. Could I raid one of the farms? Oh, absolutely. I'm going to raid a military base first, and then I'll go farming. So what I'm doing now is I'm just having the people that are really close to getting knocked out to bed up and rest up so that I can take out a proper outpost. So we'll go through the roster and make sure that anyone that's like critical takes 5. Do you guys think I should re-poll about the armor settings? I mean, if we take a look, everybody that gets knocked out got knocked out because of stomach shots, which is honestly an indicator that unholy plate might be the superior option, but I don't want to. It was such a close tie the last time I polled that I don't think it's necessarily against the will of everybody to ask again. Does remind me of might be a wives' tale, but the story of trying to figure out how to armor planes in maybe World War II against flak. And a statistician came up with the whole, instead of trying to armor the spots of the planes that returned from battle, armor up the parts of the planes that are intact of the planes that got home, with the idea that the planes that got shot down didn't make it back, and that's where the armor needed to be. Yeah, survivorship bias, exactly. I'll ask one more time. What should our heavy plate set be? McNamara. Which am I two comparing? The Unholy Armor and the Samurai Armor. So the Unholy Armor fully covers your torso, and which is your stomach and chest, but it doesn't really cover your arms all that well. The Samurai Armor covers your arms a lot better, but it doesn't fully cover your stomach. And if we take a look, the reason I'm polling is if we take a look here, most of the people that got knocked out just now were knocked out due to lack of stomach. Tora, Mike, Cowley, Thorfinn, or chest. Larry and Shona all had torso injuries. There's also something where it's like, you can live without an arm, left or right. Rockfin's already proved that. You cannot, however, live without a chest. Are they wearing chainmail? Not all of them are wearing chainmail, no. But if we are to die, the only way to really die, well, the most likely way to die in Kenshi is shot harpoon to the head or chest, or a really high damage hit to the head or chest. Limbs, you usually survive, except for Turdinator's, incident. But head and chest are vital, whereas limbs are not. And, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there is a situation where we might get harpooned to the 15% stomach that isn't covered and just outright die. I wouldn't say it's likely, but it's definitely possible. The only reason I would put my thumb on the scale for Unholy Plate is it'd be unique. Otherwise, we're just looking like United Cities Army, and that's, less fun. There was a way to dye samurai armor, which there is not. That'd be different, but there, again, is not a way to dye it. So we would all end up looking like UC troops that wear sandals. And then I could imagine us being called the Sandal Army. And, that's not what we are. Alright, we're almost ready for the outpost. Just Cowley, I guess, mostly is just left. Does the shirts fully cover the arms? They do. So the chainmail armor here, the blackened chainmail, have 100% arm coverage. It also has 100% chest and stomach coverage, but it has far less armor efficiency than your armor class. So you can't really rely on the shirt to protect you, which is why chest and stomach shots can knock you out pretty quick. There's also something to think about. If all parts of your body are equal opportunity to be hit, you have 2 arms to spread out the damage. You only have 1 torso. So stomach and chest tends to get hit a lot more than arms, but arms definitely can get crippled. And, crippled arms make for terrible fighters, so that much is true. Okay, I think we're good enough. We're not 100%, but we're close enough. And let me hide that. So looks maybe like Unholy Plate, and that would only be for the 8 tanks, the 8 tanks that we have. Oh, hey guys. Who is this? Who is a doctor? What, doctor with a katana? What are you, Eli? Thor, don't go running like that. And headshot, I have no idea how you're shooting through a mountain, but because you don't have a Moonraker laser. Or actually, no, what was that? What was that weapon called? The one that shot through walls. Holy Nation now hostile to me. Oh no. What will I ever do? Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, which originally streamed live on Twitch, January 20th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to take part in some of the Discord community events, please consider joining Discord. The link is at Rhadamant.com or in the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.